Maryland is a beautiful and green village. In it, there's a very beautiful girl named Rosie, who lives with her mother and father. Because Rosie's ears are big, she can hear people talking from far away. One day, Rosie was doing her makeup near the dressing table when her friend Sophia came to her and said,
"Rosie, my mother-in-law is talking to your mother, and I suspect she's saying bad things about me. Listen to what she says and tell me."
Rosie started listening to their conversation from behind the wall and, upon hearing their talks, she told Sophia about it.
"Your mother-in-law is telling my mother that my daughter-in-law Sophia is very cunning. She has turned my son against me, and I wish to cutting her ponytail."
Upon hearing this, Sophia got very angry with her mother-in-law. She immediately went to her mother-in-law and scolded her badly. Just like this, hearing people's conversations and telling others, Rosie used to create fights among people every day. One day, Rosie's mother explained to her that she will get married after some time. She advised Rosie not to continue the habit of listening to others' conversations and then spreading them. It will create fights every day in her future in-law's house. If you hear people talk from a distance because of big ears, you should not tell those things to others and avoid getting into fights by spreading them. In response to her mother's understanding, Rosie always answers with innocence, saying,
"Mom, my intention is not to make people fight. Now, when people seek help from me, I cannot refuse."
The next day, when Rosie goes to the well to fetch water, her friend named Mary informs her,
"Rosie, my boyfriend, is talking to a girl in front of me on some distance. Listen to their conversation and tell me what they're talking about."
Rosie turns her ear towards them and starts listening carefully to their conversation.
"That girl is telling your boyfriend to stay away from the village mate that this girl named Mary. I wish I could harm that witch."
Hearing such things against her, Mary becomes very angry. She immediately goes to them and starts arguing. Other women present there begin to explain to Rosie that she shouldn't spread such things when she hears them, and why she always makes people fight. However, Rosie was not ready to accept her fault as usual. She said that she helps people based on what they say. In the evening, a proposal came for Rosie from a boy named Joseph. Rosie and her parents liked the boy, and soon Rosie's marriage was fixed with Joseph. They got married a few months later. After the wedding, Rosie's mother-in-law's friend came to her house and, upon seeing Rosie, said,
"Wow, Lisa, your daughter-in-law is very beautiful. Just her ears are a bit long, but it doesn't make much of a difference."
This woman from the village used to often speak badly about her daughter-in-law. Rosie's sister-in-law teasingly said to this woman,
"My sister-in-law Rose can hear talk from far away. Now, if you go to someone's house and speak of your daughter-in-law, my beautiful sister-in-law Rose will make sure to tell your daughter-in-law about it."
Sister-in-law had said those things as a joke, but Rosie started thinking that maybe her sister-in-law had spoken the truth in jest, as she always continued to do things like that at home. Just a few days after the wedding, Rosie went to a hotel for lunch with her in-laws. While sitting at the table and chatting, Sister-in-law happily told Rosie that her presence has brought loveliness to their home, and everyone is now very happy. After that, Rosie's mother-in-law also joyfully expressed that everyone in the family was dislikes Rosie due to her having slightly long ears. Initially hesitant about that marriage, but I like her. Upon hearing this, Rosie's husband, Joseph, quickly clarified.
I had no idea that. Rosie is such a good girl. Otherwise, I wouldn't have hesitated for marriage. Today, we are having a meal to celebrate Rosie's ability.
Then Rosie told her sister-in-law that she wanted to go to the washroom with her. As they were passing by the kitchen area of the hotel to get to the washroom, they noticed a hotel staff member standing near the kitchen door, having a conversation. Rosie overheard one staff member telling the other to buy cheap and dirty oil from the market to replace the good oil in the hotel. Upon hearing this, Rosie approached the door and eavesdropped on their conversation. The two staff members were speaking quietly, but Rosie could clearly hear what they were saying. They were talking about how, when chickens are slaughtered, the oil obtained from the impurities and dirt in their intestines is even cheaper than the already cheap oil they were using. They planned to bring that oil, mix it into the hotel's food, and sell the good oil at a higher price. Upon hearing all this, Rosie felt vomiting, realizing that these people were serving food prepared with oil extracted from the impurities of slaughtered chickens. To control her vomiting, she covered her mouth with her hand and quickly went to her husband Joseph to tell him everything.
Upon hearing this, Joseph stood there in astonishment. He too was angered that these people were serving food prepared with dirty oil. Joseph quickly went to the hotel owner and explained everything to him. However, the hotel owner was not willing to accept the truth, claiming that the oil used in his hotel is the best in town.
The owner took Joseph to the kitchen to check his oil. When they reached the kitchen, the two employees outright denied any wrongdoing, claiming they hadn't done anything like that. Joseph then told them that he would call the health and food authorities to check the oil, and they would determine if it was good or bad. Feeling the threat of harm to the hotel's reputation, the owner also realized the risk and threatened to report them to police. Fearing the consequences, the employees admitted their mistake, apologized, and begged for forgiveness. The hotel owner scolded them severely for playing health of the people for such a long time. He relieved them from kitchen duties and assigned them to the hotel's cleaning work. The hotel owner praised Rosie and, as a reward, offered her a free lunch and upcoming free Sunday. Her sister-in-law joyfully exclaimed,
Wow! Rosie, your big ears have proven to be very beneficial.